Today's video is another installment in the conversation series with Luke, Old Coolhand. It's another gem about his Uncle Fred, one of Fred's ingenious systems, again a play that he came up with and implemented profitably. It's similar to the last one in that it's another 2-horse bet where the first horse is a pass-post bet, so it's a known outcome. But it's dissimilar in that there's no bookie clock bag involved, so the system is completely different, and the system itself is unique and ingenious. So listen to Luke explain this play where his Uncle Fred saw a fence post, but saw an opportunity for a pass post.
A different situation completely to the first one. No bags, nothing involved.
Right.
Now, this was probably, I'd say, about 60s, somewhere there. The first betting shops were introduced. Right, but there was still a lot of illegal bookmakers. By that I'm saying that there was a chap who probably with a couple of bob in his own right, perhaps had been in business and left a few bob, had a couple of bob, and he was a bit of a gambler. He would take bets, completely illegally, not registered, nothing at all, just take bets.
Right.
Right. There was one such bloke, and he worked in the colliery. Now, for me to explain to you, he worked in Markham Colliery, which was one side of the valley. Then he had Markham Village on the other side of the valley.
Yeah.
Now, at the bottom end of Markham Village, right on the front end, and I should say, of Markham Village, there was a club, which they called the Bottom Club.
Right.
Right. Now, they had a little betting shop on the side of the Bottom Club.
Yeah. Well, legal one.
Legal one.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the village where the shops were, they had another betting shop. This is how popular gambling was there, even there. And at the top end of the village, which was called the Top Club, they had another betting shop.
Right.
But the one on the bottom, which the Bottom Club betting shop, was right opposite the colliery on the other side of the valley.
Yeah.
Now that had a car park.
Right.
Now, the illegal bookmaker was called Tommy Lucas, and he worked on pit bottom, which is the bottom of the shaft in the colliery.
Right.
Right. His contact on the surface, because of what was coming out, timber coming, coal coming, men coming in the shaft, in the bond in the shaft. His contact was on the top of the shaft. Now, he was called a banksman on the top.
Right.
Right. Now, the chap on the top liked to bet.
Okay.
Tommy Lucas would take a bet. Tommy Lucas would take bets underground.
Okay,
You'd say
for the miners.
Yeah.
Right.
Say for instance that you were day shift.
Yeah.
You were coming up the pit at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you wanted to bet a horse in the 2 o'clock race. You were down the pit, you couldn't.
Yeah.
So you contact Tommy on pit bottom and put a bet on with him. And he'd take it.
Right.
Right. So our Fred thought of a scam.
Yeah.
Now, Marco is a chap who was the banksman on top of the pit.
Right. That he was working with Tommy.
Tommy's on the bottom, he's on the top.
Yeah.
Now, our Fred knew Marco, so he said to Marco, would you be interested in a sting?
Yeah.
So Marco said, yes, Fred, you knew our Fred, right. So what our Fred had thought out.
Yeah.
The car park, you can't see it today, though you can see where the pit was and where the car park was. It's covered in trees now, you can't see it. But in those days you could see it quite plain.
Right.
So what he decided on doing, as I think I explained to you in the last one about up and down double, like you pick an horse later in a meeting and pick one, scam the early one and take a chance on the second one, but not going to lose anyway, you're going to win as long as it's a decent price.
Yeah.
Right. So, what our Fred decided, right, was that he would be in the betting shop, the little betting shop, by the side of the club.
Yeah.
You run result continuously on the blower, as they call it. It's on like a phone it was, but it was a loudspeaker on the phone. They used to call it a blower.
In the betting shop?
In the betting
shop. Yeah, of course.
Right. Now, you would have a result, say, just for instance, manner of speaking, could be any time race, but we say 3 o'clock race. Tommy Lucas down the pit his afternoons.
Okay.
Right? So he goes down the pit, say, 2:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
Marco's afternoons as well, and he's banking on the top of the pit, right?
Right.
So Fred would be in the betting shop.
Yeah.
Marco and Alfred would decide on a later race, say the 4:30 race,
Yes.
and pick a horse for that.
Legitimately.
Right? Just pick a horse in Marco knew the horse, right?
Right.
And they would decide on the stake.
Yeah, right.
So there'd be no hesitation or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So Alfred would be in the betting shop.
Yeah.
They decided that Scam would be on the 3 o'clock race.
Right.
He would hear the 3 o'clock result. By this time it might be 3:05, 3:10.
Of course, yeah.
Right. Now, along the car park there was a fence.
Yeah.
And on the fence I think were 12 fence posts.
Right.
Now, they called it in their minds, the first one nearest the club was on a 1,
Yeah.
and the rest of the fence was 2, 3, 4 as you go up.
Makes perfect sense, yeah.
So we would get the result of the 3 o'clock race at Chepstow today.
Yeah.
They would already picked another one they're going later on. But the 3 o'clock race at say 5 or 10:03, as soon as that come through on a blower, our Fred would go out and stand by the post of the winner.
Right. Brilliant.
Marco would be waiting for it because he'd be on top of the pit
Yeah, and looking out for him.
and looking out for him. And the time.
Well, he'd know pretty much exactly when he was going to come out.
More or less.
Near, and within a
Near
few
the time.
minutes, yeah.
So then our Fred would say number 3 would run the race, our Fred would straight out and stand by number 3 post.
Yeah.
He would look across the pit, number 3, he'd bet it. Whatever horse was number 3, Jack the Lad, or whatever it's called, bang, 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 pound up and down, pound double. Tommy, you alright? Yeah, alright.
Because Tommy knew, well,
Marco
he felt like he knew
Marco.
that nobody could possibly know the result when
No.
they were in the pit because nobody had a mobile to
No.
look it up on
No,
ladbrooks.com.
that's the thing. Not even a phone. Nobody had a phone in the house even.
Exactly. So he was confident that nobody could have known
No.
either of those outcomes. Well, he was obviously right about the second outcome, but he was confident nobody could know the first race outcome.
No. Because
Perfect.
he'd have to have a push bike and ride over to the betting shop and ride back and phone down the pit. It's impossible.
This just shows Fred's mindset, though, doesn't it? That he was waking up in the morning thinking about how to get money out of
And before he went to sleep in the night.
But like to look at those fence posts and think, hang on, they are visible from the top of the colliery there.
Yeah.
And think, well, what we could do, that's all gone through. Like, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Go through the process.
Because they're close to the betting shop. I could just walk out. I'm there within seconds of the...
Seconds of the result.
Yeah, he's going to be there within 20 seconds of the result, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Sort of gone which post you had to go on to.
And I love the finesse of going, we'll legitimately pick then a later horse.
That's right.
Because that just looks far more feasible.
Yeah. And they couldn't lose probably, see. Because like, if you've done up and down double, like I was saying about it, say just for Mara speaking, doing a £3 up and down double.
Yeah.
But just to give
go through the
gamblers
theory.
would know,
very
but I suppose, but just to get the concept.
They
of
would,
that
but
bet, they still do our bet today.
Yeah.
But say that it would be pound up and down, pound double. Like you do number 1 horse in number 1 race. You'd have a pound win on that, right? And in the second race, you don't know one else again, perhaps, and have a pound win on that, and a pound double. So if the first horse won at 4-1,
yeah,
you got £5 back.
Yeah,
the bet have cost you 3.
Yeah, so you've already covered your stake,
and you got a £2 profit.
Yeah, so they were on a no risk proposition.
As long as the odds were better than 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1 would break out even.
Yeah, and it almost doesn't matter, does it? Because if you're rolling with that kind of an edge that you know that horse, the first bet's winning, you know it is, so you got some return from that at a minimum, and the roll of that double then going on to the second race.
As long as the first scam loss is 2-1, you can't lose.
Yeah, right.
But you can still win.
Oh
because
God,
you
yeah.
have a choice to come see. But you can't lose in the second horse lost. You still got your money back.
Yeah, you'll break even, worst case scenario.
But you mustn't do that every day, must you?
No. Yeah, but he wouldn't, would he? He
Oh,
was
no,
savvy.
Yeah. Perhaps once a month, once 3 weeks, they did run every now and again. And sometimes they did him with the second horse as well, wouldn't they?